Hello everyone. Welcome to Bangtan Files. This is going to be a long talk, so take a seat. Let me put a disclaimer first of all. If you're a BTS hater, overly sensitive as a person, or anything similar, don't leave. Stay, because you may end up learning something new. Just know that this video is going to trigger you. On the other side, if you're an ARMY, you must watch this. Lately, I'm seeing almost everywhere people that hate on BTS. That's pretty much nothing on its own, but if you consider the fact that it's slowly becoming a trend, then it definitely is something. I hear people talking, I see people making videos, everything. However, what bothers me the most is that majority of those people hating don't even have a proper reason and just pull the BTS Are Problematic narrative. And most of those discussions don't start with facts, just with clips taken out of context. A popular account posting something and misinforming everyone, etc. So today, we're going to talk about this and the most serious controversies there involved. Not theoretically, not argue or take sides, with evidence. Take a deep breath and let's start. 1. RM's Bad Religion controversy. In 2023, RM shared the song Bad Religion by Frank Ocean on his Instagram story. After that, numerous people started accusing him of insulting Islamic religion. Shortly after, he addressed the issue during a live, where he said that he didn't insult any religions, as he respects them all. He refused to apologize, because as he said, it was just a song. For me, it is probably the bravest thing an idol can do, and I still admire him for that. But for you, it might not be. So let's take a look into the song itself. So the problem seems to be with the lyrics. Allahu Akbar. I told him don't curse me. And if it brings me to my knees, it's a bad religion, right? Let me tell you that this song isn't about religion. It's about unrequited love. And this is literally mentioned. We can also see that in the last line, it says, it's a bad religion to be in love with someone who could never love you. Now go look at the insulting lyrics with this in mind. Also think about this. Does sharing a song automatically means you relate to every single word written? I think the answer is no. Most of us listen to songs because of the melody, the emotions we feel, just by listening, or simply because we relate to a specific part of it. 2. BTS's own song, War of Hormone, and the misogynistic lyrics. I don't even know how you managed to think of this. Because of the lyric, women are the best, gifts, the word gifts bothered you. Okay, let's take a better look at the lyrics then. The fact that women are the best in the world. From head to toe, you're the best. Yeah, misogynistic. Are we talking about the same song? Also, let's not forget that 21st Century Girl also exists in BTS's discography. Such a nice song. I recommend listening to it. As a woman, I don't feel insulted. The exact opposite. And I'm sure you're not either. 3. Jungkook wearing merch related to Help Her. In July 2020, Jungkook wore a shirt from Kill Bros, a brand created by the author of a popular Korean webtoon, Help Her. This series was heavily criticized for depicting misogyny, sexual violence, and even using real-life celebrities for this. So now he's getting criticized for this, right? Then let me tell you that this whole scandal with Help Her exploded in September 2020, 2 months after he wore it. Meaning, he has absolutely nothing to do with it, as he's not a prophet. 4. Sugars, what do you think? In the intro of this song, a sample from Jim Jones' speech was used. The problem here is that this was the man who led more than 900 people to a mass suicide in 1978. People started accusing Suga for it, because he is a co-writer and executive producer of the songs. In simpler words, the one who puts his signature when the whole work is finished and ready to be published. The company later apologized, and the sample was removed from the song. But as the apology mentioned, Suga wasn't the one who chose the sample. It was another producer from the team who chose it based on the overall vibe, without knowing who was the man talking. Mistakes during production happen, especially when there is a team of people working on the same project. They acknowledged the mistake, apologized, and removed the sample. That's all. 5. Jimin's Atomic Bomb shirt. In 2017, Jimin wore a shirt that in the back had the words patriotism, our history, liberation Korea written, and the image of an atomic bomb mushroom cloud exploring. And it was heavily criticized because it was considered an insult to the Japanese victims of the atomic bombings. And honestly, that's the right thing. It should be criticized. But there's a difference between criticizing a shirt and hating Jimin for not knowing what was shown at the back of a cloth his company told him to wear. The designer of the shirt explained himself, and even Jimin shared he felt bad for this, for something that wasn't his fault. I don't think there's anything left to discuss in here either. 6. Suga's DUI controversy. In 2024, police found Suga after he fell off an electric scooter, with his alcohol level being higher than Korea's legal limit. He was fined and apologized. What he did was wrong, there is no doubt, but calling him problematic, let me tell you this. You just happened to learn about this incident because Suga is a senior idol with his own license and freedom of going anywhere. Again, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying he's an adult. And adults make mistakes. He paid, he apologized, and it's time to move on. 7. The N-word, a major issue in K-pop. I think by now we already know that it's almost impossible to meet an idol, especially a rapper, who hasn't said this word casually while rapping or lip-syncing to it. Is it okay? No. Should we only drag RM or BTS as a whole for it when the whole industry does it? Again, no. And I know you might cancel me, but if you ask me, for many of these idols, I don't think they're racist or bad people. Racist is someone who has the intention to derogate a different race. I don't think they have anything against black people, especially BTS, who have done so much for the black community. Again, I'm not saying it's right. Call it uneducation, carelessness, or just not realizing the real meaning of this word and the consequences its use may have. I don't know, but if you're gonna unstand BTS for this, you might also have to unstand your faves. If not, then you're just being hypocritical. Now, we finished with those controversies. Let's talk about how unnecessary all this is. Because, and I'm now talking to haters, we both know that you, who are standing behind the screen, you are just trying to create reasons to hate. And trust me, I totally accept and understand not liking BTS or their music, not resonating with them, not liking the members, anything. It's completely fine. No one is forcing you to do so. But this whole thing is getting ridiculous because at this point, you're not disliking. You're not even hating. You are just using stories full of misinformation to spread your disliking, stories you're not even believing or understanding. You're just saying what everyone else does, because in reality, you have nothing to say. My advice, use your own brain when it comes to these things. Not just blindly believe what everybody else is showing you, just because it works to your advantage to do so. If you want to say something, then it better be a good argument, not ridiculous things like these. Criticize when criticism is deserved, but praise when praise is deserved. Or simply don't say anything. But please, don't try to build stories that fall apart the moment you take a better look into them. And also work this with yourself. It is not trendy to hate the popular ones, or calling them overrated just because they're popular. Being able to say you're not listening to the big names of K-pop doesn't make you cool. And try to not push your jealousy onto successful people. I'm sure your favorite groups are amazing too. Will they ever reach BTS's level of fame? Probably not, but that's okay. Just enjoy the music you get, the moments, the members, whatever. And if after all this you're still jealous, let me say this clearly. BTS are already successful and will continue being successful, even if you're hating, even if you're spreading misinformation, even if you're calling them problematic. They're actually shining, just like they always did. Get well soon.